again. In this third video, we're going to answer two questions related to overseas direct investment. The first one, how is Shandong Ruyi funding its acquisition in Australia? Second one, is there any evidence of state support?
Firstly, I'm going to talk about Ruyi's financial funding structures. According to the press release, the acquisition of Kabi Station took 0.32 Australian dollars, which equals to 1.5 billion yuan. And in the financial report of Ruyi's Technology, we found that they got 1.5 billion of long-term loans in 2012, and we also double-checked this 1.5 billion with the group's consolidated report, confirming that there was no other major activities such as acquisition or investment, but only these 1.5 long-term loans. Therefore, we assume that this 1.5 billion was the amount that Ruyi used to establish the CSTG, which is the company used to acquire the Kabi Station.
Secondly, I'm going to talk about how the state was involved in the transaction. As we can see here, the loans came from two major banks in China. The first one is Export-Import Bank of China, in which the company borrowed 1.2 billion of yuan. And the second one is Bank of China, in which the company borrowed 0.3 billion of yen. The key point here is that both banks are state-owned, and even though we don't have a lot of information about it, knowing that the Chinese government supports ODI, we assume that the conditions of the loan were very favorable for the company in terms of interest and repayment. So here we have the 1.5 billion of yens in the parent company. The parent company transferred the money to the Singapore-based vehicle CSTT, and the CSTT vehicle used the money to create the CS Agriculture joint venture to acquire the Kabi Station. Finally, mentioned the FIRB imposed the company to sell as part of the stake down to 51% within 3 years after the acquisition. However, the company didn't do it, and they got a 3-year extension until 2018.
In conclusion, according to the limited information we were able to gather from the press release and the audited financial statements, we found that Kabi Station was financed by the long-term loans of its parent company, the Shandong Ruyi Technology Group, which were given by two state-owned banks in China.
谢谢。
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 谢谢，再见。